Hi Flosstube, my name is Jennifer. I'm the Calculated Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I have posted a video. I actually have made 3 or 4 videos. I think 3 videos since my last one. I made one in May and I put it on my channel but never switched it to live. So it's kind of outdated now, so I didn't post. I took that one off when I figured out in June that I had not actually made it live. Then I did 2 other videos. One, the sound was not good. The other one, when I videoed it, it's like my face was like right here in the camera, and so it's like you couldn't see everything else that I was showing. It was, I don't know what happened, so I didn't post that one. Unfortunately, one of them I did a recap of what I did this summer, and then I put everything away. So everything's been put away, so this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to go through, and one of them, the last one I did was a whip video, and I went through and I took things out and kept them that I wasn't going to use anymore, and kept some things, talked about my thought processes, and that's the one that was like zoomed in on my face, and I thought, no, we're not putting that one out for everybody to see. So we're going to go with this one. We're going to make another one, and if this one doesn't work, then I just know that I'm not meant to be here. So a few updates then. Since May, school ended. Very, very busy in May. In June, I went on a quilting retreat at the beginning of June with my friend Kippy, who is the academic stitcher in Lubbock. We got a Verbo and just sewed for a couple of days, and it was wonderful. I wish it had been longer. This is actually the quilt on which I worked while I was there. All I have left, I need 2 applique blocks, and I'll talk about this more later, and the border. But so this is what I worked on while I was there. It's the fig tree. It's a block of the month that I belong to. I did change out some of the colors, but for the most part, it's the called for. Then after that, I'm trying to think the order in which things went. I went to see, but that was in July. What else did I do in June? Do you know that I was only home for like 4 or 5 days all summer, where like I was actually at my house and could not leave? 2 of those days is when the flood happened and we were flooded in. No electricity. I want to thank everybody for the emails and the messages. I just saw the messages on Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram much, and I had not checked my messages in months. And so I hadn't seen them. A lot of people were like, could you just make a video so we know that everything's okay? I'm sorry about that. Thank you for checking on me. I had people calling. We don't live close to where all the devastation, I mean, we do live close. We live within an hour. But my daughter lives right there. But we're all fine. Everything. We have friends that have been affected by it. And I do appreciate if you will just keep everybody in your thoughts and in your prayers. Very needed right now, and the cleanup is just crazy. Where was I going? Oh, I was not home except for 4 or 5 days this whole summer. It was a blur. It was great. Oh, I know where I went. I went to Bristol 5. Oh my gosh, I went to Bristol 5, and it was amazing. It was just great. Brenda and the Serial Starter, I got to meet her in person. That was wonderful. When I was at the attic, when we first got there, my husband took me, and Brenda walked in, and she knew my name. She called me. She was like, Jenny, and I was like, whoa. It was kind of surreal, because in your head, you're like, oh yeah, we're friends. You know, I know her really well. But then you actually get to meet them in person. It's just great. And then Susan Stanley walked in, and she knew my name, and I almost fell down. I'm a big Susan Stanley fan as well. I like to follow along on her little stitching journeys that she takes with her girls that she creates. I'm working on one of the quilts right now, actually, the hexagon quilts. And Susan signed a hexagon for me, so I was really excited. It's going to go in my quilt. Anyway, went there. It was amazing. It was great. The designers were great. Everything was wonderful. My husband and I drove, I think it was about 12 or 13 hours from our house, and when it was ending, when the workshop was ending, we had decided we talked about going from there to the southern rim of the Grand Canyon. We've never been to the Grand Canyon. And then we were going to go meet friends in Ruidoso in New Mexico. And he said, my husband comes and tells me that some other husband told him that Las Vegas was only like 4 or 5 hours away. What did I think about going that way? And I said, that's fine. I said, we can go through Las Vegas and go stay in Utah. So we can say we've been to Utah now. And then the next day we could go to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. And so that's what we did. We just drove through Las Vegas. We didn't stop. It was a lot of people. It was a lot. So many people. I just wanted to drive down the strip. So my husband drove and I took pictures. I got like the picture of the iconic Las Vegas strip sign, like welcome to Las Vegas. I'll put pictures in here as I'm talking, if I remember how to do that. And then we went and stayed in St. George in Utah. It was beautiful, but nothing prepared me for the beauty in the north rim of the Grand Canyon. It was the most amazing place I have ever been. And I'm very thankful now, since there's like most of it's been destroyed by fire, that we got to see it. We were in the lodge. We got to go in the lodge. We had talked to them about making reservations next year to go stay in the lodge, and now the lodge is gone. It's just breaks my heart. So, but it was amazing. It was, if you've never been to the Grand Canyon, it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Then we went to Ruidoso. Well, we stayed in Flagstaff. Then we went to Ruidoso and met friends, and we had a Verbo there that we stayed in. And we didn't realize that they have wild Mustangs that just walk up and down the streets. They're just walking everywhere. Like I said, I'll put pictures here. And we went with our principal and her husband. And her husband and my husband are like really good friends. And so it was a great trip. We had a lot of fun. A lot of putt-putt golf and dominoes at night. We love to play. Some people call Mexican train. Some people call it chicken foot. Just depends. The set that we bought, it's called Mexican Train. So that was that trip. We were gone for almost 2 weeks. That's the first trip that my husband and I have gone on that it's just been the two of us, not with kids. Usually, 5 kids, everything's been around them. So since our honeymoon, that's the first time we've taken a trip together, and I had so much fun. Then I went to Ohio and stayed with my friend Liz, who's the Wandering Stitcher. We stayed at her mom's house in Kentucky, right? I think that's right. Indiana? No, maybe it's in Indiana. Oh, now I don't know. All of those states are all like right close together. Or Madison. I think it's Indiana now. I know we went through Kentucky. Yes, that's what it is. The river right there. Kentucky's on one side and Indiana's on the other. So it's Madison, Indiana. We stayed with her mom. Her mom has the most adorable house. I love this house. And we stayed with her, and then we went shopping and antiquing, and we did a lot of cross stitch together. It was a lot of fun. And Jan Calvert came over one day, and so we spent some time with her. That was fun. She brought me some fully finished items that I'll show you in a minute. Liz and I exchanged gifts. She gave me a bunch of linen. Oh, it's beautiful. I've already put it in projects. So, like I said, I put everything away because I already made a video about this. I'm sorry I don't have stuff out. And then I had my math conference, and went to visit my children, and then school started. So school started this last week, and I have a grandbaby, a new grandbaby. If you follow me on Instagram, our first granddaughter. So we have a grandson, Parker, and now we have a little granddaughter. Her name is Heidi May. She was 8 pounds, 13 ounces, 21 inches long. She's a big girl. And they called us on Wednesday and said, this last week was the first week the kids came back to school. And so they call us on Wednesday and they said, Cherish is in labor. My son calls, and it's like 1:30, almost to 1:45, somewhere in there. He said, I'm going to go ahead and go home and check on her, and we're going to see when we need to take her in. And I said, okay. So then he calls me at a little after 2 and says, we got to take her now. And I said, okay, well, I'm getting my sub stuff together because I've got to be gone 2 days. My husband's trying to get stuff together. We couldn't leave until after the bus route because my husband drives the bus in the afternoon and in the mornings. And so we're trying to get everything together. And then a little after 3, they call and said she had the baby. I was like, okay. So we weren't there when she was born, but we got there as soon as we could. She is absolutely gorgeous and perfect in every way. And I'm just very blessed. I have a very blessed life. So it's great. And I think that's it. Now you're up to date. So like I said, I'll have been popping pictures up along the way, hopefully, with everything. Okay, that was Life Update. And I'm sure I've left stuff out and I've just zoomed across, but I just wanted to come and say hello. And yeah, I'm still here. Everything's good. Everybody's got stuff going on. So I just wanted to make a quick video. I don't know how quick it's going to be. So that was my life update. I should put at the beginning, I should have said, if you don't want to hear my life update, just zoom through. But that's really my favorite part when I watch Flosstubes, is to hear what's going on in someone's life. But I know some people don't like that. So, okay. So what I did was, when I did my whip video, which I'm going to redo, I'll talk about that at the end, hopefully, if I remember. I pulled things that I really wanted to concentrate on this year. And when I say this year, my patriotic things especially, I'm talking about through the end of next year, because it is our anniversary of our country coming up. And I love patriotic things anyway. So I have some plans about that. And I also want to do a whip video for my quilts. I have really been working more on my quilting than on my cross stitch lately. Other than making a lot of things for the baby that was just born. Made a quilt and some blankets and things like that. So I've been working on that. Now that she's born, and we know, because we didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. We didn't know until she was born. They didn't want to find out. And so now I have to make her real quilt, that I call it. I made her a smaller quilt, but this is going to be her real quilt that I actually put her name into. So I've been doing a lot of quilting. And then we have another baby on the way. I have another baby that's going to be due in February. My daughter, Kelsey, which she has been on my channel before. She and her husband are the ones that live in Kerrville. And they are expecting a baby due February 26th. So they will be finding out if it's a boy or a girl. So then I can get a head start. Wow. I've just been talking 90 miles a minute, and I'm sorry. Let me slow down. So I've been doing more quilting than cross stitching. Let me try to get back on track. And I can't even tell you what I've worked on, what I haven't, since I've seen you. Some things I know for sure. But I do want to show you what I pulled out that I really want to, on what I want to focus. So let's see, where shall I start? I'll just start in this one. So this one, I don't even know what it is because I haven't put them all together. Oh, I started this when I went to the Bristol 5 workshop. I had actually bought this from the attic before the workshop. I took it with me back to the attic to start it while I was there. And this is Jean, a Bristol Etui. And it is actually snippets from the anonymous sampler from the same designer, Haystack Stitching. So I started this, and it is so beautiful. Let me pull everything out. So this is Tabby Cat 56 count Ashley Down. And I am, let me move my needle. I'm stitching this with a Tudor silk. And it is crimson. So it's a Tudor silk. Sorry, I had to, where I'm sitting right now, I know the lighting's not great, but it's the best place I could come up with right now. And this is how far I've gotten. I only worked on it while I was there. So I just wanted to get it started. I may take this back with me. Oh, I'm going to be at the attic this weekend. So if any of you are going to be there, I am going to have little pieces of fabric that are going to be for to make a signature quilt. I've done this before, but I want to make one for the attic since I'm going. And so if you're going to be there, come over and sign one of my fabric pieces so you can be in my quilt, please. All right, the next one. This is a Sheri So Sweet. Yeah, this is a Sheri So Sweet bag. I know I make project bags, but there's something about someone else making the bag for you. I am obsessed with her bags. Obsessed. So, Sheri So Sweet. This is Lori Holt fabric, I can tell. This is, and I bought the little keeper for inside as well. And I get the 3. You can get all 3. The thread bed. But this one, hold on, it's right here. This is one that I want to have finished by the end of 2025. Hold on. It's a mess. Can you see it's like they're all just kind of piled up here. So let me just grab the outside one here. Whoops, upside down. This is Sarah Marple. This is the one that I know I've talked about here on this channel like 20, 30 times that I was working on when my son was playing tennis. It's a Northumberland sampler house pattern. It is so pretty. And this is how much I have finished. So I have the entire words, Jennifer, the entire border complete, and then I have this much completed. So I really, really would like to get this finished. I'm what? Maybe a third of the way finished, I would say. Maybe a little more. So this is one that's in my try to get it finished by 2025. The Etui, it's just a small, so I have it set out here. It's not like I'm trying to finish that one fast or anything. Then the next one I have, it's another Sheri So Sweet Teresa Kogut fabric. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with this. Is Dwelling Place. I started this, I don't know if I have it written down. And again, I got the 3-piece set. Hold on. It may be, oh, you know what? This is one that's on, oh, fiddle-dee-dee. This one is on Marbled Bunny, 28 count Marbled Bunny, and I'm stitching it 1/1. On this, anytime I'm stitching on 28 counts, it's usually going to be 1/1. Hold on, I'm trying to unzip I have my thing stuck in. Look, this cute little, whoops, I don't even know where my camera is. It's been so long. There we go. It's like a patriotic bow. This is one of the projects that's on a squirrel rod, so I'm going to have to stop the camera real fast and go get it. Hold on one second. Let me put this back in just a second. Okay, I keep all my squirrel rods in these bags so that they don't get dusty. They're bags that I made. So, and I do them like a knitting or crochet bag where the handle just fits through and it hangs on a hook. So this is one of them. I just took everything out of this one. And then this one is a patchwork one. It's supposed to look like patchwork, but it's a cheater print. And so this one still has the ones in here because the one I needed was in the first one I opened. So here is where I am on dwelling place. Like I said, 1/1 on 28 count. I'm sorry if the light's not very good. So this one to me was like a little bit, the colors are kind of patriotic. And so I thought this would be good to work on through next year. And I am really wanting to focus. I think a lot of people in America that I watch have said the same thing, that they're kind of focusing on patriotic things. Like they're in that kind of mood. Now, I bought the same one from her. This is actually a fob from 5 Times Blessed. I got this. I don't know if I ordered this off their Etsy shop or their website. I think they have an Etsy shop. I've ordered from them before. But they were also at Bristol 5. So I got some things while I was there. Oh, this one. This one I am bound and determined to get this finished by the end of next year. This is the American Flag Quilt Sampler. I started this one in December of 2019. I'm pretty darn sure. It was the very first. I started stitching on my birthday, cross stitching, in 2019. And this was like, I think the second or third project that I started. And I started it because of Misty from Luminous Fiber Arts. Oh no, 2018. I'm sorry, I started in 2018. I started it because Misty Purcell was stitching it. She wanted to start it as a stitch along. So it's just the called for DMCs. I didn't substitute anything back then. If I substitute now, I mean, I might change it along the way, but I don't think so. And here is how far I've gotten. Now, the back stitching here, I've back stitched all of these, and people would tell me, usually you don't back stitch until the end, but this back stitching is really helpful for me with partial stitches. So, because some of them, they're not just quarter, half, 3/4, they're like an 1/8 or something like that. So it's just been very helpful for me to see where I need to add color. So this is definitely one that am I even close? Not even. But that is one that I really would like to see finished by the end of next year. If I had to pick one, that would be the one. Another Sheri So Sweet bag that I've gotten since I've seen you. Let's see what's in this one. I haven't put their little tags on yet, so I can tell from the outside. Oh, Katie Strachan. I'm going to get to meet Katie Strachan at summer school. Big fan. Big fan. She, anything that usually that she sells, I'm all in for. Are you going to do the Brita Mart sampler? I am. I'm so very excited. That's going to start next month. So this is Flag Thief. So this is her conversion of Plum Street Sampler's Flag Thief. To do this, you still have to buy the chart. So here's my chart. So I buy the original one. And for this one, you get everything that you need to finish it the way that she did. The flosses. So here are my flosses. There's like goblins, 103s. It's a conglomeration. This container I get from Amazon, and these big rubber bands I also get from Amazon. They work really well. I love this. I love these containers. There are longer ones that I also have. So, and then in the kit you also got, she put these sequins. You can see the difference between hers and Paulette's. Mine's going to look more like this. I will have the flag here, and she didn't. She just did it so it's more symmetrical-ish, with the 2 trees and the 2 quilt squares. And then she put these. I will add the stars, but I do want the flag on mine. And I am going to take the animals out. I'm not real big on the animals. And so it's just going to be grass and flags going all the way across. So that's how I'm going to change mine. And let me show you where I am. This one, I can't remember if I started this one at Bristol or right before, probably right before Bristol. And this, I'm trying to make sure it's the right side up. This is where I am. So when you get the kit, she sends the linen. I think this is like a 37 count, I think. I'm sorry if the light's not good. I really am sorry. But it's about as good as I can get it right now. So I've gotten to the point where I can just do a lot of fill-in. I'm almost to the point where I can just fill in the house. So, and that's one that I hope to have finished by the end of next year as well. Okay, let me put these back in this box. So that's one box of whips that are supposed to be, I'm supposed to be focusing on. This is another one that I would like to have finished by the end of next year. It's not Patriotic, but, and it is the, what are they called? Anniversaries of the Heart. Anniversaries of the Heart chart by Blackbird. So, how many are there? Yeah, 12. There's 12. I was going to say there's more than 12 squares, but I forgot the extras are on the back. So this one I started out trying to do because I started it. Do I have the date on here? Let me see. I have a big old mess. Let me tell you. I just start pulling colors. I started with the called for colors. No, I don't. I'm pretty sure this is 40 count straw. I'm pretty sure. Because when I was stitching, I was using 40 count at this point. And I would only use the called for floss. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, no, I can just pick and choose something. And so that's what I'm doing now. I just look and say, I look at the picture and I say, well, this, it looks kind of like this color. And I use that. So, oh, wow, my head. This is how far I've gotten. So, there you go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the top that are finished, and then 3 on the bottom. So there are the 3 on the bottom. This one is July. This one right here. This one is July. I stopped. What had gotten me was the whole initials and names, and I was getting so stressed about where do I put them, how do I do them, and then I decided just stitch it, and I hope you can see because I can't see what you're seeing. Let me see. Oh yeah. And then worry about the names and everything later. So I really like this one. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but it's really pretty. So that's where I am. So I'm on August right now. That's another one that I started a long time ago that really needs to be finished. These are penny and tunny bags. This one's a penny and tunny. This is, hold on. I can't think of the fabric designer. She does like flea market. It's fine. I'll think about it. I'll put it right here. She does a lot of fabrics that look like, kind of like Tim Holtz, junk journal-y style, ephemera kind of things. This one is Let Love Rain. This one I started, I don't remember when I started this one. This is a Teresa Kogut. Let me see if I have it in here. If it's on my ring. Nope. These must be the called for flosses. There's some Weeks Dye Works and some DMC. Do I know what fabric this is? Absolutely not. I don't see a tag on it anywhere. It may be on my Instagram. I'll have to look at it. So this is how far I've gotten on Let Love Rain. It is so beautiful. I really need to get back to this one. But like I said, I've really been doing a lot of quilting, not as much cross stitch. And I think it's because I have spent weeks on my sewing room, and I have things very organized right now. I'm not finished. Like, I still have stuff I need to find a home for and how I'm going to do it. But anything that I need in my sewing room, I know exactly where it is right now. So projects, everything. It's just great. Okay, oh, wait. I didn't put the chart back in there. We're going to have some issues when I go to put everything away. All right. So put this over here. I'm not sure. I think that's... Okay, just making sure I didn't forget something. Did I show this one already? No. This is another Sheri So Sweet project bag. This is a project I've been working on since, I think, 2019. I feel like this one I started... Hold on. It's caught in the zipper. I feel like I started this one in Jubilant June one year. Let me see. June 19th, 2019. Yes. 28 count mushroom Lugana 1/1. This is the Brick House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. I'm pretty sure it's Brenda Gervais. Looks like. So, this is the one where I stitched it, and then the bird started looking. I made a mistake on the bird, and then I kind of panicked, and I wasn't sure what I should do because I need to do the other bird symmetrically. So, let me show you. Oh, it's still in the hoop. Well, you can kind of see. So here, well, I should just take it out of the hoop, Jennifer. Hold on. But I have a loose thread always. I'll just move it over there. Okay. Let me hold it down. So this is the bottom band. Can you see? Here we go. Can you see all the way across? Yes. Okay, so this is where I've gotten to. And this bird right here, can you see? This bird right here, I made a mistake somewhere. And it's not exactly like it is in the chart. And so I stopped stitching it. I just absolutely love this band, though, at the bottom. 1/1 on 28 count is so pretty. I'm just checking to see if you can see. So I'm at the house now. So I've started the house. This is another one I really would like to have by the end of this year. But with all the new additions to my family, there's going to be a lot of Christmas things that need to be made. So now I'm thinking I'm going to probably get behind on my goals, but that's okay. I'd much rather stitch and sew for babies than worry about my cross-stitch goals that are really irrelevant in the long run. This is a... Hold on. My mailbox keys are in there. Better get those out or I'll forget where they are. This has been my main travel project, and it is a birth sampler. I was going to do this for Heidi May before I knew she was a girl. This one is actually, you can't see in the light. It's from Historical Sampler Company, and the name of it is A is for Ark. And it's like, has all of the alphabets. I'm just not sure if this looks like a little girl. To me, it looks more like a little boy. So I'm not sure. I'm going to ask my daughter-in-law her opinion since... Oh, look, I didn't put these up either. Just a second, please. I'm going to ask my daughter-in-law her opinion. My son, he would just say, oh, I don't care, whatever. So I would rather her have a birth sampler that she really likes. So for Heidi. Hannah. Don't know where that came from. Anyway, so I'm using the called for Anchor flosses. And I can take it out of the hoop, Jennifer. This is as far as I've gotten. I was just working on this one yesterday. Sorry about the hoop. The only thing I've actually stitched that's not in the hoop is this. I'm stitching it 1/1 on 28 counts. 28 count lamb's wool Lugana. So I started doing this, and then it's like you only do a few stitches in each color, and I thought, Jennifer, go ahead and get the whole grid in, and then like here's the leftover blue. I can find another square that uses that blue, so I don't have to keep up with the different ends of the threads. I can actually use it all up. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I have this, and then I have one more. So there are 5 total rows. So that's where I am with that. Like I said, that's the main one that I've actually worked on. It's really easy because it's just 1/1 on 28 count. So it's super easy to see when I'm stitching in the car. So that's my main car stitch that I've been using. And that one will go with me to summer school this weekend. I can't believe it's this Friday. Crazy, 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 crazy. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a time out to get a drink. 1 second. Okay, my drink is actually holding my phone up, so. The next whip I'm going to show you. This was lent to me by my friend Liz. This is Bethlehem, and I guess Imaginating is the name of the company. So this is it right here. These are like close-up pictures, but this is what it's going to look like. I started this when I did a 12 by 12, I'm pretty sure. I'm stitching this on 40 count Havana with classic colorwork Belsois Old Crow. It's so pretty. And I love Havana. I did not get far on it, and after New Year's Eve, that was the last time I stitched on it, I'm pretty sure. So that one I have in my, really would like to finish it. I figure it should be quick. It's one of those that I should just do like 1 strand a day, and it would, because it's monochromatic. I figured that would be a good one. Let's see what else I have. These I need to put into project bags now that I've bought some. It's like I don't want to make them for myself. Isn't that kind of strange? This is Plum Street Sampler Summer in Nantucket. This was for my daughter who got married in Maine. I am going to change some things. I'm not putting the mermaid. I'm not a big mermaid person. I like the flag. I want to put their names somewhere on it. So I could just take this whole thing out and then put their names and their anniversary down here. So I'm thinking of doing that. This one, I'm using 40 count Dapple by Picture This Plus. And this is how far. I should be able to finish this year. I don't know if my daughter would actually want this for her, but if she doesn't want it, I know I will hang it in my house. I like having that memory. It was such a great summer when we all traveled. It was just so much fun. This one is, this one is God Bless Texas, and it's from Screen Door Needleworks. You can get this on Etsy. I am just doing Texas without the other stuff. I have a plan for it. So I was doing this actually when we traveled to Maine, and then I got home and forgot all about it. So I pulled it out when I did my whip parade. So this is how far I've gotten. That's it. Again, so that's another small one I should be able to finish. This is a bag that I made. It's one of the first ones I made. It was when we were celebrating the anniversary of the women's right to vote. It's a vinyl front, and it has votes for women. It's really cute. So I kept one of those for myself. This one, I'm confused. This is, it was a collaboration between Heartstring Samplery and the Scarlet House, and it's called Berry Bowl Sampler. I don't remember what year they released this. And so Kippy and I decided to switch this, to do this. So I've finished one side and given to her. She's finished one side and gave it to me. And I started on the second side and I cannot find it. So all I have, so now I got to do it again. This is Kippy's side that she gave to me. And now I need to do the other side, I guess, from scratch. So technically, I guess this one is not a whip. This one is a needs to be started. Oh, look, when did we start it? Oh, no, I don't have it written on there. Anyway, so that's this one. I have my, these are my tags that I put on the bags, and I have them already. I just haven't made them. So I want to be able to tell what's in here without having to open them up. Okay. So that's another one. This one is called On Achievement. And I guess the company is Samplers in Scripture. The name of it is On Achievement, and here is the designer. And this is what it looks like. I really like this one. It's so sweet. This one says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. And I really want to do this for my husband and I thought about for our anniversary, since I finished, what is it called? The one I did that's all in red. Oh, I can't think of what it's called. Fiddle-dee-dee. Anyway, since I finished that one, I wanted to start another one. So I started this one, and I started it a while back and forgot all about it until I did my whip parade. And hold on, I'm stuck. I'm stitching this on 46 count color and cotton winter wheat. This one, I think it's this one. Hold on, let me look at it. Yes. This one, I'm stitching in a Q-snap because it fits perfectly. So I can just leave it in there. I don't have to worry about it creasing it permanently because you won't be able to see it anyway. So I have not worked on this in probably a year and a half or so. It's really pretty though in person. The flowers are just so pretty. So that's another one I thought, okay, let's move it to the forefront. And this is another bag that I made. So it's just with toile. I just love toile, don't you? Very pretty. This is from my workshop with the Queen City Samplers Guild with Nicola Parkman. I had so much fun when I went to Ohio. That was the first time I had gone to Ohio. And these are the bags that we received while we were there. And so this, of course, this one I really would like to get back to because I think that it would be pretty fast if I would just work on it. This is Margaret Hutton. And this, it has all these bands are like different specialty stitches. And I have a thing for red and green quilts and red and green samplers. And for the most part, it's red and green. It does have a few other colors, but for the most part, it has some pinks in there. So I have not touched it since the retreat. You'll be able to see. But oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. This green is so pretty on this linen. Absolutely stunning on this linen. And this is in 103. So this is as wide as it's going to be. So it's a narrow one. So, and the piece of linen is not that big, so it's not that big of a stitch. That's why I think that this is one that I should be able to finish. I'm looking. I don't know. Oh, wait. Does it say here? I was trying to tell you what linen it was. It's 40 Count Muddy Duck by Tabby Cat. Just in case you'd like to know. I don't know if this one's been released yet or not. I'm not sure. The next one, this is one that Kippy and I started together, and of course she's already finished. It's in the Home for the Holidays Blackbird book. I've done some of the stockings. I have some of them started. I have one started, and I think 1 or 2 finished. I'm already at 45 minutes. I thought this one was going to be so slow. The one we did together was actually, I've stitched this one. This one is hanging on my wall over there. It hangs up all year long. I don't care if it's Christmas. I was just so proud of myself for finishing it. Hold on, I'm just looking for the pattern. It's not open to it. So, oh, here we go. It's called Christmas Garden. Mine is not going to be these colors. I'm not a big, this color palette is not my thing. So Kippy did her own conversion. I did my conversion, and I converted to Cottage Garden threads. So these are my 4 colors that I used. And this is when I was trying to make my own bling for my floss. And I'm stitching it 1/1 on 28 Count Marbled Bunny. I do love Marbled Bunny. I've started something right here. I'm not sure what it is. Look, I started something right there. No idea. Not sure what that was. But this is one I would also like to finish soon. Like I said, 1/1 on 28 count. It's so pretty. I like it. It's a little brighter. Modeled, the yellow especially, and red. You can see the modeling very nicely. So, and I love to stitch 1/1 on 28 count. It's just so easy. Like, it's easy to see the holes. Mathematically, stitching over 2 on 56 count is the same thing as stitching over 1 on 28 count. But the 28 count's a lot easier to see. So, and then the next one, my friend Kippy made me this bag. So it's patchworked here. She's a big bee person. And it's so big. This one, I love this project. This is the Ackworth Friendship book, and it's with My Needle, Ellen Chester. This one is so pretty. So pretty. I want this one done so I can send it to Jan to finish for me. I'm actually stitching... I was trying to tell you what silks I'm using, but I don't know where their little papers went. Now they look like this. That's not good. Okay, so I'm stitching on this piece of linen that I don't even know what the piece of linen is. Boy, I am out of control here. So I finished the first one, and I put my husband's initials there. And then I'm on the second one, and I'm just going to put initials of friends and fellow stitchers. I'm going to put Ellen Chester's name in there since she is the designer, and she has been very helpful in my stitching journey. I would like her in there. Are these empty bags? These are all empty bags. So that's it. Yeah, these are all empty bags. Okay. So, I've been on a bag binge for a while. Okay, so those are the ones that I had pulled out that I really want to focus on. So, do I have others? Absolutely. Will I start other things? Oh, probably. Probably. So, but those are the ones that I have pulled for right this second. Now, this quilt, like I said, I have 2 applique blocks. One that goes right here. That block is crooked. That block will be at the top, and then an applique block here. And then over here, right below this block, the applique block goes. And then there's another one of those blocks. Now, there's supposed to be, in the pattern, baskets that go across the top and the bottom. But I think it looks like if you're going to put another row at the top and the bottom, you should put another one on the sides. So I'm not doing that. I've actually made the basket blocks. I have them like right here. I have all these basket blocks that I've made. And so I guess I'm going to put them on the back of the quilt. I'm not sure, but we had to make them like throughout the months. And I'll probably put them on the back. Then the 2 applique blocks, all I have left are those. And I'm in the middle of appliquing the pieces down right now. And this is what they look like. So I should have these finished this week and put it all together. And then it does have a border that goes around it that's a pieced border. So I just have to finish that. And then I'll have this whole thing done. And since I've seen you last, I've actually done quite a bit. I finished my Sew in Love quilt. It's right here. It's all pieced and ready to go. When I do my quilt video, I'll show it to you. I'm going to send it off to get quilted. This quilt that I made, what was this one called? This one wasn't Confidence. This one was, it was the online workshop with Adita Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. It was just an on-point quilt that I ended up adding an applique to in the middle. I got it back from the quilter. You can see I did a Baptist fan. Well, that's upside down. I stitched the binding on by machine. Now I fold it over and I stitch it down by hand. That's how I do mine. So that I'll show in the video as well. I also got this. This was quilted by Saltbuck Stitcher. Why can't I think of your name? Carol. She quilted it. She has a beautiful job. This is a quilt for my son. It's Primitive Gatherings Fabrics. It's a log cabin. Liz and I started this kind of like a quilt along together. I don't know if she's finished hers or not. And so it's their little stars are fussy cut in the centers, and then it's a log cabin. And I just finished the binding. I put the binding on his, and on his back I put like it's not really a minky, but it's soft like a minky, but not as soft. Not as furry. Anyway, so I finished this quilt. I need to give it to him. I just haven't seen him yet. And so I'll have this one done, and then I'm going to send those 2 off to be quilted as well. So I've been really busy with the quilting. Really feeling the quilting. And quilting during school is a lot harder for me. So this summer when I was home, I tried to focus on my quilting. So now I'm going to have to start on my cross stitch more. And, Jan brought me some finishes when I was in Ohio. She finished for me. Here's this one. Oh, you should feel it. It's just, when people say that, I didn't understand what they meant until I actually felt it. It's just crazy how firm, and it's just lovely. I love this. This is, I think it's called the Arc by Lottie Da. And she used, I'm thinking polka dots, but that's not it. Not chenille, because that's the fuzzy stuff. You know, these things. It'll come to me maybe. And then this is what she put on the back. Isn't that perfect? Pom-pom trim. Yay, team. Okay. You've been screaming at it probably at me. I love this. No idea what I'm going to do with it. It's got to sit somewhere, but I just don't know where it's going to sit. I can't put it anywhere that my dogs can get. They're big chewers. So, and then this is the First Day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I love that she put the linen on the back. I like that a lot better than putting the fabric. So I do need to pull out day 2 because I would like to start day 2. I gotta find that too. It's so pretty. It's so very pretty. So how I want to finish these is these are tube and knob and tube. I think it's knob and tube. Electricity that used to be in the houses. This is what they actually use to conduct the electricity. And these are perfect to set these in. They're weighted. I just have to stuff something in there to hold it up to secure it. But I think that's going to be perfect. But I need to collect more of these. I actually went to an antique store in Lubbock while I was there and found one. So, yay. I've been looking at antique stores for them. So, and then I told my brother to be on the lookout because he can always find the most random of things. So, she finished this as well. And she did just a beautiful job. She gave me this. Oh, look, it's right here. I can show you. See, it sits on the edge of my chair. It has string on it, thread on it. That's not string, that's thread. She made this for me. I love this. I was very jealous Liz had one, and she said that Jan made it, and then Jan gave me one. Isn't it cute? So here, this is like, it has this cute little pin right here as well. But pin cushion right here, it can lay on your, it can lay flat. I'm going to take it with me when I go to summer school as well. But it can lay over the arm of your chair as well. And this weights it down. I like that. I just can't with my dogs because they're chewers. So I have to pick it up. And then she made this cute little scissor pouch that I already have scissors in. So isn't it cute? So she made that for me as well. It's very sweet. So I have it over here on my chair. I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you something. I'm looking around. Oh, I wanted to show you. Okay, so when I went to Bristol 5, the most amazing thing, I met Jackie Tiffy. Is that how you say her last name? She makes mother of pearl. I love mother of pearl items. And she makes mother of pearl items. And so, for example, this is one that was in a set that we got that you could purchase while you were there. It was 3 sizes. And I think this one's supposed to be like a thread winder. But aren't they beautiful and so delicate? And then there are ones that you can buy. I'm not sure where I got that one. Well, here, let me show you what I did. So I bought this tree for this purpose. I had to find one. I wanted a wire tree to put these on. And so here's my wire tree. It's an antique I got from eBay. And you can see that I bought some velvet strawberries to hang from here as well. Here's one that you actually have to put together. So it has wool inside and then stitching. So these are all different ones. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, they're just so pretty. So I put this together. This is actually something I got from Kohana with like a scissors set or something I bought. And what else that's not Jackie's on here? Well, the strawberries. Oh, and this. I bought this when I was at Bristol 5 as well. So that's why I hung it on there. I don't think it's going to stay there. But these are all been her. Isn't it so pretty? So when I go to summer school, I need some more to fill up my tree. Look at this. I was so sad. I was so sad that this broke. It broke when bringing it home, but that's okay. I just have it hanging like that for right this second. So it's just so very pretty. And I love these strawberries. I got these from Etsy, and they're just so pretty. I wish the store that I got them from, I wish she would put some more up, because I would get some more. So that's my tree. And my husband even commented. He said, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look, these are you put the thread on here, the mother of pearl ends, which I love the ones that have the little holes in them. But I stuck them up here at the top of my tree. So that's where they are right now. And then I have a little needle minder right here. that's Jackie DeFee as well. And but I put it on my tree. I just like looking at them. It's my favorite thing in my sewing room right now. It just makes me so happy. Now, I have to move it every time I want to iron. I have to move it from place to place, but I don't care. It's so pretty. All right, well, we're at an hour, so it was longer than I thought it was going to be. I do have plans, and I know I say this every time, and every floss tuber does, of doing this more often. Things should be settling down now after I get back from the attic this next weekend. Everything should start, and I'm back in school, so everything should settle down until October. In October, I go to the Silver Needle to see Teresa Vanette's. Liz is going to meet me there. My daughter's supposed to be going with me. So it ought to be a lot of fun. I don't know if my daughter's going to get to go or not. She also has a marathon that she's supposed to be running. So we'll see. And then after that, I shouldn't have anything, Christmas, the holidays and whatever, until my next grandchild is born in February. So I do have, what do you call them? A quilt series that I've been planning. I have it all planned. I've videoed some of the tutorial videos. I have always had another job besides teaching, and with some medical things going on, I can't do the physical work that I used to could. I was able to do previously. So I'm trying to find another way. And Etsy, let me tell you, I am doing something wrong. I am not a businesswoman, obviously, because I ended up owing more in taxes this last year than I made in my Etsy shop. So I'm doing something wrong. So I'm trying to find another source of income. And so I thought about maybe doing more tutorials and then having like a buy me a coffee kind of thing. And if you want to follow the tutorials and make with me and stuff, because I really enjoy making videos. It's just when I've had other jobs, I just haven't had time to do them. But now I'm down to just teaching, and so I should have more time to make videos. And since sports will be starting, my husband won't be home, and I'll be able to make them. So in the summer, it's hard because he's home more often. Anyway, just throwing that out there. That was just, I don't know where that came from, but that's fine. Anyway. All right. Oh, and I forgot. Liz will be coming to stay with me in November. So there will be that little space where I'll be busy as well. Maybe she'll video with me. We could do something together. That'll be fun. Anyway. Okay. Until next time, Flosstube, be kind to each other. Bye.